the 3 More Mile Club in Charles C. Deam Wilderness.
Hey, we are at Hoosier National Forest in Indiana at the Charles C. Deam Wilderness. It's the only congressionally designated wilderness in Indiana. We are going to do a 3-day hike starting at the Blackwell campground. This is where we started and ended. Went around. First night we stayed on the Cape Hollow Trail here. Went around. Second night stopped at campsite 3. Went up here the next day, checked that out. Last night we stayed here right at the beginning of this trail up to Camp 9. Came back this way here. This is the 3 More Mile Club. We're doing a 3-day hike through the Charles C. Deam Wilderness in Indiana. You guys ready? Yeah! Hoosiers! We're starting our hike at 3:40 from the campground. Don't know much about this area, so this is all going to be a surprise. Starting on the Cape Hollow Trail. I think there's going to be some ticks out this weekend, and the bugs are starting to come out, but we're prepared. This is also designated as a horse trail on quite a few of these trails. And you can camp anywhere in the wilderness area outside the campsites as long as you're 100 feet from a stream, water source, or designated campsite. I think this trail system is going to be marked pretty good with signs designating the trails. Here's our first stream crossing, which with all the rain we've had up north, this looks like it's dry. There's a few small hills on this trail so far, and the wildflowers are really blooming.
You have to camp in the designated spot that's like half an hour on the other side of the state.
Mayaples are coming out full force. I don't think the trail crews have been out yet this year. This is our first switchback on the trail. We have a stream down below us.
What are those red?
These are flocks. This water is very low. Back home we're at like record level flood stages on the Grand River, and a lot of the dams are ready to burst. Got another stream crossing. Very simple stream crossing, but Rick will probably get soakers anyway.
Can't make it.
This is our first real big trail blockage. It's my second tick today. This is our first pond of the hike. I think there's a campsite right up ahead. Beautiful dogwood trees in bloom. Got some bullfrogs croaking. We arrived at camp about 4:30, and we're kind of spread out here. Pretty nice camp. There's a big snake.
I grabbed him by the bottom. Yeah, it's not a very snake.
Dinner time. Looks like Wayne's having rice and meat.
Mm-hmm.
What are you cooking up, Chris?
I wouldn't even know what it is.
Dave's just eating apple and some snacks. They're doing some hanging.
Yeah, I think so.
It's Friday morning, and it's about 60, and Dave is cooking up some coffee, and here's camp this morning. Mike's eating some Costco jerky.
Yeah.
He needs a housekeeper. That thing is a mess. What's in here?
Coffee!
We heard some coyotes last night in the distance. That was kind of eerie. They were really howling. Some bullfrogs. Owls were going last night. Whippoorwill, yeah, I heard that. Big bullfrog down there. We are here at campsite 25. Gonna head up here to campsite 4. Tearing down camp this morning at about 8 o'clock, and no condensation in the gossamer today. 8:30, we are starting the trail today, leaving our beautiful campsite behind and our beautiful pond. Got a melted bottle. Not many signs of horse on the trail. A few hoof prints, but that's about it. Surprised how hilly this terrain is, expected Indiana to be flat. We're looking for water, and these riverbeds are dry. It's been a very dry spring here, evidently. We got some water. Got a little bit of water here. It's a good filling station. Found a geode. I'm gonna bring this back. It's worth carrying back, put it in my yard. Still on the Cope Hollow Trail. Going that way. Hunter Creek Road is this way. Dave's studying the map intently so we don't get lost in this wilderness. Another tick, it's probably about the 6th one I found on me, and he's beelining it up my pants. Gonna veer off onto the Martin Hollow Trail, number 214, after our break. We are now on the Martin Hollow Trail, hiking to the fire tower. Still a gorgeous day, probably 70s, and calling for rain later in the day. But we are really enjoying this hike so far. Looks like another dried up riverbed. Can't believe how dry things are out here for this time of year. A little bit of water here, but it's barely flowing. I just took a spill in this water. It is slimy, a little bit wet. It was bad, but I survived.
It was graceful.
Look at these expert backpackers crossing the slippery stream bed. Look at that agility of small. He's crawling like a baby, like a newborn.
Crawling, baby.
This is our first road crossing of the trail. Pretty well-maintained gravel road. There's a nice old oak tree. Deep valley there with a steep slope. Pretty rugged in this area. Walking through some red pines, haven't seen many of those on the trail. Been mostly maples and oaks and tulip trees. We've been following close to the road for a while, but we can't see it most of the time. 12:40, we arrived at a parking lot and some trail markers, and we are at the fire tower, and we're going to continue heading this way after lunch. There's the fire tower, and I have to climb that. The tower is open to climb. Better be blocked off.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful view up here of the surrounding Hoosier Wilderness. People can't resist the graffiti. It's a long way down. Yeah, made it. Rain's coming in, cool breeze is starting. Rain's supposed to hit around 5 o'clock. Chris Madden, Trailblazer, found the turnoff on the Sycamore Trail. These campsites are numbered. Here's number 1, and it looks nice. Another campsite. Plenty of places to camp along here, official or unofficial. Been seeing a lot of poison ivy along this trail, and few gnats out here, lots of ticks. There's a campsite down there. Looks like a nice one, but I think we go straight this way. This could be campsite number 2, but there's no sign. There's a small stream. Could get some water out of there if we needed to. Another campsite. Lots of campsites. We got frogs.
There was like 4 of them that just dove in there.
We're getting into some more low, wetter area. Very green, lots of ferns.
Oh.
Spiderweb. Campsite number 2 is back here. Plenty of water in this area. Coming up to campsite 3. Here's campsite 3. I'm gonna go look at it. This is 3. Room for a few tents. Might be kind of crowded for us. There's a fire pit. We're gonna head on to 4. Dave, what are you doing rolling around down there? This is site 3. Not ideal, but site 4 was taken, so we walked back to 3. I think it'll be okay. It's 3:30. Arrived at campsite 3, and I got my tent in there. Fire pit back here. Everybody else is scattering out. Chris has got his map blown up. Rick's got the handy dandy inflator. Dave's got the gossamer just like me. This is tonight's water filling station. You guys getting some clean water? Got some good rapids here. Good fill-in rapids right next to a campsite. Everybody's scattering for their tents. The rain is coming. You can hear thunder and lightning. Took shelter in our tents. It's really starting to come down. It is pouring out there. Saturday morning. It rained last night quite hard, but this morning is overcast. Everybody's up. 3 More Mile Club. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Everybody sleep well last night? Too much sleep. My tent leaked. We're at campsite 3 this morning. Today we're gonna hike this way to the Axe and Branch Trail to campsite 9. Rick, are you mad at that thing? Tearing down camp today.
Ken versus Rick. Uppercut, uppercut. Now it goes to Dave. Oh, North chest. Midsection. Oh.
Mike, what are you laughing about? What are you laughing about? Wayne, have a good hike today. We're splitting up, taking 2 different directions in this nice, lush, wet forest in the middle of Indiana. Sun's coming out, but this water didn't raise up at all from the rain. It's a beautiful morning out here for hiking. We've seen one other hiker out here so far on this trip in 2 days. Here's Camp 5. Looks pretty nice. It's on a pond. There's some pretty big deadfalls on this trail. Wide open area. Because there's so much canopy, nothing can grow. Good stop for a break. Got my massive bag of gorp. All right, we came to the Taylor Ridge Trail intersection. We're gonna head north to campsite 6 where it dead ends. Looks like the Taylor Ridge Trail going north might be a road for a while. This road ends at the cemetery and there's a trail turning off that probably went to campsite 6. Most of these are Terrells and Axums born in the early 1800s and deaths in early 1900s. Here's the old tree stump headstone. Chris, look! Yeah! Turn off to the Axum Trail and look who we found. Wayne and Mike, they must be lost.
No, I have a feeling you were the lost one.
We got a change of plans for our camping. Everybody's talking about this site we're going to is really wet and there's quite a few people out here now. We are off the road now. It's a pretty section of trail. Warm breeze blowing. No bugs today. Had a long, steady downhill with a lot of switchbacks through this section. We got coming through.
Can we hop on maybe and just catch a ride?
You can hop on.
There's 19 horses coming through here. They never stop. We got water and a beautiful sight. We arrived at this beautiful campsite right at the turnoff to this trail. Everybody's setting up. Sun's shining. We got a water source right next to us. So we stopped right here on the trail going up to 9. We took the first site right off this trail. Now we're going to take a day hike up to 9. There's our settlement. We're going to take an afternoon stroll over to campsite number 9 by the lake. Here's the lake, just a 10-minute hike from our site. Bushwhacking along the lake this afternoon. There's the lake. I think campsite number 9 is up that way. Where's the lizard? Some kind of lizard. There's Chris's dinner. I don't know about that. Wayne looks normal. He's got everything spread out. Nice, just doing simple. It's tuna straight out of the package.
Mm-hmm.
Rick's got the most fancy.
Yeah, sparing no expense.
Here's our rip-roaring fire.
They say, hey, we're selling, we'll do a stand.
Chris, what are you cooking up today? This
Having
beautiful
some coffee.
Sunday morning, huh?
Some coffee.
Hey, Mike, good morning.
Good morning.
You had ticks on you last night in your tent, I hear.
Crawling into my belly button.
Ooh. Everybody else is rising. Camp all cleaned out. Wayne's taking off. See you at the parking lot, Wayne. You guys are ready to go. 7:30. We are on our way back to the car. There are a lot of stream crossings on this trail. If the water was high, we'd have wet feet. Man, trail's getting crowded. Who are all these people? People! Navigating these gnarly deadfalls. This is our first bridge of the trail. We're getting into civilization, evidently. Birds are really singing this morning. There goes Rick Mulligan, hiker extraordinaire. Quite a few switchbacks in this section. A lot of ridges and valleys this morning. Yeah, this is really beautiful this morning. A lot of climbing this morning. I think our last few miles are going to be following this gravel road, which is right over there. Coming up to another cemetery. 1825 to 1897. Horses are starting to chew up this section of trail. Dave, we're over here! We're going to take the road back for the last half mile or so since we already did that section of the trail. 20, we made it back. People are cooking pancakes, and there's a few more people here camping. Place has gotten very busy while we were gone.